Carmilla, yeah. She's the OG lesbian vampire. Pretty cool. She is so much more than she gets credit for. That's something I've been really liking about our take on Carmilla, because it's very easy, I think, to write her off as evil lesbian. Oh no. Um, she's so much more than that. She's tortured. She's she's gone through it. There's so much there. And she just happens to have this problem of falling madly in love with somebody, which is already a problem when you're a vampire and they're not. And then just the added, you know, LGBTQ in the 1800s element to it, and there's a lot there. And Carmilla just really has such a hard time. If any of you take anything from this, I want you to take away some serious sympathy for Carmilla. Because I will be the first to admit that there were lots of times I cried during recording, during rehearsals even, especially during rehearsals, as I realized like, oh my God, Carmilla's not evil, she's just sad. Oh, Carmilla's just tortured. Oh, Carmilla's just had it really rough. Um, yeah, that's my answer to who is Carmilla. Carmilla makes me cry. Let's see, what's the next question? Um, yes, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I very much do. I I first read this story in college. I was taking a class about vampires. It was an entire class about vampires. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this class, and it ended up being the greatest class I ever had in my academic career. One of the reasons being because we read Carmilla. It introduced me to Carmilla, and it's got all that great, emo goth girl stuff that we love. It's a gothic, brooding, horror, supernatural love story. What's not to like if you're into that sort of thing, which if you're watching this, you probably are. And if you're not, maybe you are and you just don't know it. Just give it a try. It's so well written. It's so descriptive. Carmilla is written so well. Everybody's written so well. Laura and Carmilla. It's always nice when a man writes female characters and they're good and they're interesting and they're feminine and they're real, especially when, it's also happens to be a supernatural character who happens to be a woman and it's still written really well. So go Sheridan Le Fanu. Yeah, we like that guy. It's so lyrical, it's so poetic. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna say I'm somebody who enjoys poetic, beautiful, flowery language, and Camilla's got it, and it's very deeply, darkly romantic, which I am also a fan of, and it's just great. It's just a good time, you know? Uh, Freaking love it, dude. Let me rephrase that. I love it. I, before the pandemic, I worked primarily in live theater, immersive theater, stand-up comedy. Um, and that was fantastic. Obviously, those things pretty much went away, and I'm so lucky that I was very quickly able to pivot towards voiceover work and things like this. I haven't done a radio play yet, and it's been a fantastic experience. It's it, it it could have been so easy for me or any actor who's not familiar with this kind of work to think, oh, like that's not going to be as evocative or interesting as a live performance, as a movie performance. But oh my God, I'm so glad I was proven wrong and I got this nice slice of humble pie by doing this. And I'm really seeing, I've been able to hear some of the show that's already edited, and I cannot believe how immersive it is. I really can't. I cannot believe how good it is. I'm sorry. It's just so Great. I'm so glad I was proven wrong. Like, 'cause I never really thought about audio dramas. I don't even listen to fiction podcasts that much, but that is changing because I've had this incredible opportunity to do this, and it's been so rewarding on our end, my end, our end, and I think it's gonna be pretty rewarding on your end. So that sounded a little sexual, but whatever. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's gonna be great. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay. It's so. What I will say is that I think as a consumer of any sort of media, any sort of entertainment, I think you can always tell when everybody involved is involved 150%. And that's so the case with this project. We are all so invested in making this so so great, but like so authentic to our we're all so in love with our characters. I'm pretty confident that shows, and you just get that vibe, you know? I think that vibe is really showing in the rough cuts I've heard. This is very much done from a place of love on every single person's part. The director, writer director loves Carmilla. I have loved Carmilla since I read it when I was 19, and now I'm 29, and I get to I had like this dream when I was 19 years old and I wasn't even acting yet professionally. I was like, oh, I'd love to play Carmilla one day. And 10 years later, I am. So you bet your ass I worked damn hard at this thing. And I think it shows. So, and I know the rest of the cast has also just taken this so seriously. But we've also had a ton of fun. It's been a ton of fun, and that shows. It's been so much fun, and we're working hard. And that's like what you want in an audio drama, in any sort of entertainment, right? So I'm really pleased and lucky to say that that's what happened here. So I hope you guys like it. I think you will. Um, it's a wild ride.